How you guys doing today? Good. Don't make me take you all's credentials today, all right?
Are you in charge today?
Say again?
Are you in charge today?
Who knows who's in charge right now?
Do you pay attention to other press conferences that guys do?
I heard about it. Yeah, I don't have enough time really to watch each press conference or anything like that. But obviously we're focused on winning. We're family. We want to win as much as we can. We want to do everything we can to win. Every person on that football field is doing everything they can to win and prepare at the highest level. We always have, we always will, and we believe in that. We believe in each individual on the football field. I believe in each player on offense. I believe each player on defense, and they're going to make the play. We believe in each player on special teams that something great's going to happen. And we believe in each coach, and ultimately also we believe in our fans that they're always going to be there for us, fighting for. People come to the game to watch something special, to watch the ups and downs, and it's a journey, So this life's a journey, this career's a journey, this season's a journey. Each game has ebbs and flows, so you respect the process and continue to work to try to be the best for your teammates.
What was your reaction to Richard's comments after the game on Thursday?
I was after the game. You said? Oh, I thought you said during the game. So after the game, it wasn't a thing really. Honestly, we just had to focus on. We were all excited that we won. NFC West champs. That's a huge deal. To be able to go to the playoffs again. I know for me, I've been blessed obviously to be able to go 5 years in a row. It's a blessing. That's not easy to do, and that's really our focus. Like I said, it's all about winning. We all want to win at all costs.
Now that you won the division, what's at stake Saturday?
Well, it's another game. Obviously there's more implications each game as you go on, but that's the exciting part. That's what you play the game for. That's why that's why we're professional athletes. We get to play the greatest game there is. It's a physical game. It comes down to the wire, and who can stand the test of time. Who can be committed to being great week in and week out, and committed to the process, and committed to one another, and finding ways to win. And so that's the part you enjoy. This is the fun part now, and you always want to get to December with a chance, obviously, to get into the playoffs, and we've obviously checked that off. But there's a lot more to do, and so we're relaxed. We're trusting one another. We're preparing at the highest level, and we're playing a very good football team. Despite their record, Arizona Cardinals have a great quarterback in Carson Palmer. They have a great defense, tons of players on their defense. They got great players on the offensive side of the ball, and Larry Fitzgerald and Johnson, all the guys that they have. So it's going to be a great game, and they got a great coach in Bruce Arians too. So we know that it's going to be a battle.
What did they do last game that made things difficult for you guys?
Like I said last time, I think they just made a few more plays, and then at the end of the game, it just kind of went a little crazy there, and unfortunately ended in a tie. So, for us, it comes down to making plays. It comes down to execution. It's not like I say all the time to you guys, it's not some big mysterious thing. You just have to be able to make the plays when they're there. It's going to be a challenging game. They're going to challenge it. It's going to be one-on-one. We got to make our matchups. We got to win, and that's what we look forward to. And that's why it's so exciting every time.
You guys have the opportunity to go undefeated this weekend at home. What would that mean to the team?
Well, it's huge. I think obviously it means a lot to our fans. It means a lot to us, all our fans that we have, and the fun that we get to have in CenturyLink. The place is electric every year. Every time we get to step on the field, whether it's preseason, regular season, or playoffs. So it means a lot to us, and that's something that we definitely talk about. It's nothing that we shy away from. It means a lot to us to be able to win every time we step on the field, but especially when we're at home, and what that means to our football team in our city in Seattle. We want to win for our city, and we want to win every time we get a chance.
Russell, the word Pete used to describe this journey to this NFC West title was strange. He said just because it's kind of strange. He said it's been different than all the previous ones. Do you kind of agree with that assessment when you just look at how this season's gone and how you've gotten to this point?
It's kind of been a whirlwind. Think about the injuries. I think about just the fighting, in terms of battling to win tough games, and you think about the highs and the lows. We've had some great games. We've had some tough ones too, not so pretty ones. But I think, like I said, it's the standing the test of time. It's being able to be committed to one another, committed to the process, and that's the fun part about the journey. And sometimes when it's a little tough, that's where the great things happen. So we look forward to the challenges every week, every opportunity that we have.
What would your analysis be of your season individually?
Well, it hasn't gone as good as I want it to, but ultimately it's about winning for me. Like I always tell you guys, I obviously it's been a little tough this year, obviously because of the battling with the injuries and stuff. I haven't been able to, bring the extra juju. I say as much as I've wanted to for 7 or 8 games or whatever, maybe a little bit more, and so. But you still find ways to win. I'm grateful that I get to play every time, every week, every practice matters. Every player matters on our football team, and the fact that I get to play the greatest game there is, and I have the best job in the world, the National Football League. I love it. So I got no complaints. I don't ever really worry about the stats part of it. Obviously, I believe I can always play a little bit better, but that's always going to be my mindset. And I think ultimately, like I said, it's committed to winning. It's finding ways to win.
So Pete talked about the idea of battling complacency a little bit because it has been a weird season. You guys haven't had that team in your division sort of right behind you. It's been a fairly comfortable position for a little while. I guess, does that ever come into your mind the last couple of years when you guys are really fighting for a division title or chasing somebody?
We're always chasing ourselves. I think more than anything, we're not really chasing other teams necessarily or whatever. We know what we're capable of when we do it the right way, when we capitalize on opportunities. So, that's really our sole focus, and that's why the idea of competition is so important within our own practices and getting ready at the highest level. And so, when I even reflect back to my rookie year, second year, third year, fourth year, we never have looked at other teams and say, oh wait, they played this team this week and worry about the stats or worry about the games and what they're doing and anything like that. We're just focused on the game day and being grateful for that, enjoying one another, celebrating one another, and doing everything we can to win. And that's why you saw so much excitement in the locker room probably after the game that we won for the NFC West Championship game. That's a big deal in terms of being able to reach the playoffs again. And now there's a lot more to do, and so that's what you focus on. And so you're not really chasing anybody else. You're just chasing after your own greatness and trying to be as good as you can be and continue, like I said, can be committed to winning.
Russell, you guys got on such a roll at the end of last season offensively with everything clicking so well. What do you guys need to do to kind of recapture that now? How far away do you think you are from being able to do something like that?
Well, I still think we're really close. We had a great game last week. The one game we had that was ugly when we played away. That was just a tough game. Sometimes you just that wasn't our best. But we've had a lot of great games, and I think that, like I said, we're right there. We still got great players making a lot of great plays. We've been really good on third down lately, which is really important for us. We want to be above 50% if we can. We want to capitalize in the red zone, and we want to make those big plays. And so it's a complete team effort. It's a complete team effort, and that's what the playoffs. When you see the best teams, when you get to the Super Bowl, when you get to the playoff games and the NFC Championship games and all those type of situations, it's everybody coming together for one cause and working together to win, and that dedication, that love, that passion for the game and excelling at the highest level is when true greatness shows up, and we're excited about that opportunity.
What's your assessment right now of the offensive line and how they're improving or not?
I think they're doing a good job. We faced one of the tough defensive lines, last week. They got so many playmakers on the Rams defensive line, and I thought we did a really good job. We were able to throw 3 touchdowns. Guys make plays down the field, great on third down, and as a collective group, offensively, defensively, special teams, we can always get a little bit better. And that's the searching. That's the desire to want to be great, like I keep saying. And so we're I think Justin Britt's doing a tremendous job of really leading those guys, and everybody else is hopping on board and doing everything we can to win games. And so I think the offensive line is doing a great job.
Are you surprised, Russell, that this late in the season you're still unsettled as far as personnel on the line? You're still at a position to play?
Yeah, I think the good thing about that position in terms of, I'm assuming you're referring to right tackle. Those guys have played a lot of football. Gary Gilliam's played a lot of football for us. He's been in there. So I have no reservations to that at all. You want 2 great players playing over there, 2 guys that will battle for you as much as they can. Gary Gilliam will do that for sure. Brad Soul would do that too as well. And so you have 2 guys that have played a lot of football, and that in a way, like I said to you guys a few weeks ago, that in my opinion gives us confidence, because if somebody goes down, especially in this game, if somebody goes down, it allows them to step in and not be nervous and not to be worried, and he knows all the calls, and he has that opportunity to play, and he's played a lot. So I'm not worried about that by any means.
Well, did the little extra break you got here, is that going to help you physically at all, or?
Yeah, I feel great now. I'm getting way better. Finally feeling really back to normal, and so you just Yeah, so anytime you have those 3 days when we played Thursday night, that kind of gave me a few extra days, and then also, hopefully we can keep winning.
Is wearing the brace still a reality for you for the rest of the season, or are you going to try to get away from that at some point?
I mean, I practice without it. I think at this point I'd rather be smart because, like you're saying, the goal is to win. The goal is to win it all too, and I think just being smart. I took I slid the other day and the brace snapped in half. So it's just one of those things. But I think I definitely could go without it. Most likely, not most likely I could, but I think just for safety and just being smart right now, it's probably the smartest thing to do.
What kind of opportunities does having a fully healthy Tyler Lockett open up for the offense?
Well, he's so fast. He's so electric. I mean, he runs great routes. You see him on special teams, all the things that he can do. He's great on third down. He just does the right thing. And, he brings a certain energy to the game. We have a lot of guys that can do that when they get the ball in their hands. And that's exciting for us. It's exciting as an offense. And he pumps up the defense by making his big plays on special teams and vice versa. The defense fires us up, and that's exciting. So we got so many guys that are electric and make a lot of plays.
Pete said you were volunteering to punt towards the end of the game. You have any background doing that, high school?
Yeah, I used to punt back in high school, but just in case, and if they try to blitz, I can just throw it, so it works out just fine.
Russell, I want to go back to Richard. I know you guys probably don't want to talk about it, but he's criticizing your coach, Darrell Bevell. Is there a point? Is it gone too far, or is there a point where he could take it too far?
Well, who knows about if it could go too far. We're not worried about that. We're moving on. We're focused on, like I said, committed to winning and committed to one another. We're all competitive. We all want to be great. We all want to win. We've all had a lot of great wins. We've had some tough losses, but at the end of the day, it's about choosing to be committed to one another, and that's what we are. And so, we have all the love in the world for one another, and that's really our only focus. So I think that's where our focus is right now.
Obviously, it's on Sherman's mind when he gets to the 1-yard line in the Super Bowl play. How much are you reminded of that in situations like that?
I hope I get to the 1-yard line again, and I throw it again too. If it was the right call, the right timing, So I have all the confidence in the world in that. I have all the confidence in the world in the players that we have. I have all the confidence in Thomas Rawls. I have all the confidence in all the other running backs we have. I have all the confidence in the receivers and the tight ends and our offensive line to make the play. You prepare to win. You prepare to do everything we can to be at the highest level, and it goes both ways. It's a reciprocal thing. We have all the confidence in the world in the defense. We have all the confidence in the world in special teams and our field goal kicker and what he can do. And so there's no reservations in my mind, no hesitation at all. And like I said, we're committed to doing whatever it takes to win and finding ways.
Was Jimmy the intended target on that play?
On which play?
The first and goal from the one that looked like it got intercepted for a second, but
Yeah, he was. I thought we had it, but then the guy made a good play on it. So, it happens. But the good thing is we threw a touchdown 2 plays later right on the 1-yard line. So, it's the good plays happen, and hopefully more times than not, great things happen there.
Here we are, though, talking about it still almost a week later. I mean, how do you stop this issue from becoming a distraction going forward?
Well, it's not an issue for us. We're focused on practice. We're not really talking about. I mean, you guys ask questions, so I think it's important to answer and making sure that you guys understand. But for us, we're focused. Like I said, we're committed to winning. We're committed to one another. I know everybody on the defense is committed to us. We're committed to the defense, and vice versa. We're committed to the Seattle Seahawks and being all in on that. And that's the passion and love we have for one another. And so, like I said, it's a journey, and great things are going to happen. We believe that. It's because of how we prepare. And so that's our sole focus.
Anything else?
Thank you guys. Go Hawks.